And now it's time for another episode of Eric Answers Your Questions. And today's question comes from Jack, who says, Dear Eric, I am economizing, which a lot of people are. Do you have any money saving tips for me? Well, I do, and that's a fact, Jack. The tip that I'm going to share is just one, and it may seem like a very small thing, but it will save you at least 50% on the item I'm going to talk about. So if you're not doing what I do, what I'm going to show you, uh, this little trick will save you at least 50% on this item. Um, we rarely spend ourselves into bankruptcy thousands or tens of thousands of dollars at a time. We usually ruin ourselves by nickels and dimes. So before you poo poo this suggestion, just realize that it's in the small things that we either save money or spend too much. Normally, big ticket items we spend a lot of time researching, a lot of time thinking about, and oftentimes we just reject those purchases outright because they cost too much to begin with. Whatever your level of income, the bigger the purchase, the less likely you are to just rush right out and buy it. But a few dollars here and there, convenience usually takes precedence. This has nothing to do with the cost of the item. It has to do with how often you have to buy the item. And so I can cut that in half for you probably today. By the way, disclaimer, no guarantees. I have a couple of preliminary questions, Jack. Number one, uh, do you use antiperspirant or deodorant? The answer is always yes, Jack. It's always yes. And then number two, how often do you have to buy that? Is it once a month, every other month? Whatever the frequency, what I'm going to show you should help you cut that in half. So uh, here goes. All right. So what I'm going to talk about today is antiperspirant. And I've got a certain type of antiperspirant. It's masked off because who knows? Maybe someone would want to sponsor this program at some point. But usually, what we do when we buy antiperspirant, and the first time we use it, is we pop this top off, and on the inside is this little thingy. And so we usually take that and just put it aside. Don't do that. After you use the antiperspirant, don't throw this thingy away. Put it right back on. Seal it up, pull a little vacuum as much as you can on there. It's not a true vacuum, but it will serve to preserve the antiperspirant. Companies spend millions and billions of dollars on this type of thing, and they wouldn't spend the money to put that piece of plastic in there if it didn't serve a purpose. And the purpose it serves is to prolong the life of the product on the shelf. And so if it has to sit at the discount store for a month or 2 months or whatever, regardless of whatever the conditions in the store are, it will preserve the product. Same thing for your shelf at home. If you leave that piece of plastic on it after you use it, and particularly pull a little vacuum against it, you're gonna increase the life of that product for about 50%. I know this from practical use, and I've done this on my own. So if you've got, excuse me, I need to, I need to refresh myself. Mm, 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 refreshing. But if you've got some money saving tip that you would like to leave in the comments below, please do so and share, because let's say that we only have a half a dozen of these. Uh, that adds up. That adds up. And over time, we'll add more and more to these, and we'll save a lot more money. You can't save yourself to riches. but you can save money to keep yourself out of the poorhouse. And this is one good way to do that. Your brand here. Whatever brand is great.
This has been a Pressways Filmitation.